Well, thanks for stopping scrolling for what's going to be a 5-minute Bible study today. I appreciate you staying with us today. In our path to spiritual and emotional health, we've discussed so far the American Psychiatric Association's steps to emotional health and found that the Bible agrees with the American Psychiatric Association and WebMD to a certain extent in a path to spiritual health. We've discussed some of their steps, which are connectedness, meditation, and goal setting, as three of their primary ways to be emotionally healthy. And today we're going to deal with a fourth way, watching how you talk about yourself. They say this, and I quote, negative self-talk can be a self-fulfilling prophecy or just put you in a negative mindset. Work on creating a positive image of yourself with your words. Your thoughts may soon follow. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. I'm not going all Joel Osteen on you. Positivity can be a topic in a believer's life without it being the only topic. I admit to slightly cringing when I hear people say they're living their best life now, as I'm fairly certain heaven is going to be my best life. Wait, is that not considered positive? Oh well. Let's look at a passage where positivity is a result. It's found in 2 Corinthians chapter 10. Now, I admit the context is my man, the Apostle Paul, being intense about sin. But let's start right here where he says this in verse 5. We destroy every proud obstacle that keeps people from knowing God. We capture their rebellious thoughts and teach them to obey Christ. Now, while this might not seem to be at first like the most fire and brimstone preacher of all time, let's take a look at it if we apply it to ourselves. Think about negative thoughts, negative actions. Paul says we should destroy these obstacles to our spiritual health because spiritual health is knowing God. And some of the time, these obstacles are negative thoughts. And these thoughts are rebellious. We need to dump them. Now, how do we do this? Well, we're going to head back to Philippians, this time in chapter 4. How do we trash this rebellious thinking? Listen to this great stuff in Philippians 4:4. Always be full of the Lord, of joy in the Lord. I say it again, rejoice. Let everyone see that you're considerate in all you do. Remember, the Lord is coming soon. Don't worry about anything. Pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all that He has done. If you can pull off a negative mindset while being full of joy, if you can be a Scrooge while caring for others, if you can be a Debbie Downer while thinking about the Lord coming soon, if you can be negative while praying and thanking God for everything, well then, I'm going to tell you right now, you aren't really doing all the things in those verses. And to continue, next verse, and now, dear brothers and sisters, one final thing. Fix your thoughts on what's true, what's honorable, what's right, what's pure, what's lovely, what's admirable. Think about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. This is super, super practical. Think of what's awesome, what's amazing. I was recently at the ocean, and the amazing sunsets we experience, so true, so pure, so lovely. And it can be one thing I can think about for some time to come. Just think about that sunset, how lovely, how pure, how admirable. Another psychiatric site that identifies some of the negative thought patterns says that negative thinking patterns include things like jumping to conclusions, overgeneralizations, labeling, should statements, emotional reasoning, personalization, blame. Unhelpful thinking patterns differ. They differ in subtle ways, it says, but they all involve distortions of reality and irrational ways of looking at situations and people. Distortions of reality? Sure. But the pure, the lovely, the fine things you should be concentrating on, they're real. The joy, the service to others, the prayer, they'll focus you on what God has for you. And pretty soon, your thoughts will start to follow your actions. It might not be your best life ever, but it's a start on the road to it. And that best life is going to last forever. God bless you. We'll talk to you later on Day of Devotion.